From witty comments to amusing incidents, join me as we explore the lesser-known moments that reveal the personality of Padre Pio. Stay tuned. Welcome to Following Padre Pio. Whether you're a returning viewer or new to our channel, we're excited to have you with us. Padre Pio, a Capuchin friar, mystic, and miracle worker, continues to inspire and intercede in powerful ways today. Join us as we share new videos and shorts 5 days a week, diving into the extraordinary life and miracles of this beloved saint. Discover how Padre Pio's legacy can touch your life and the lives of your loved ones. Subscribe now and let's embark on this spiritual journey together. And now to today's story. In a previous video, I shared some light-hearted moments from Padre Pio's life, and many of you said you enjoyed hearing these lesser-known stories. Well, I've got more for you today. Drawing once again from Padre Pio, Heavenly Facts and Words of Wisdom by Giuseppe Caccioppoli, we'll explore some delightful moments that highlight Padre Pio's humility, wit, and sense of humor. Now, Padre Pio was known for his deep commitment to poverty, following in the footsteps of Saint Francis. But sometimes those around him tried to make his life a little more comfortable, which didn't always go over well with him. Listen to this. Father Constantino Capobianco witnessed an amusing incident when Padre Pio returned to his room after a long day in the confessional. While he was out, an air conditioning unit, donated by a benefactor, had been installed in his cell. Shocked, Padre Pio asked, "What is this? How much did it cost?" Then he exclaimed, "This is an offense against poverty. What will this seraphic father, Saint Francis, say?" Father Tarsizio, one of the friars present, reassured him, "Padre, it's not your fault. The superior decided this without asking you. With your attitude, you make people lose their peace." Turning to Father Constantino, who was also present, Padre Pio asked, "What do you say?" Father Constantino agreed. "Tarsizio is right. You didn't want it. If there's any fault, it certainly is not yours." Padre Pio never turned on the air conditioner. Instead, it became an extra shelf for small objects. Now, Padre Pio was often, if not constantly, in some sort of pain. Yet he found ways to lighten the mood. One day a person complained to him, "Padre, my leg isn't doing well." "Lucky you," replied Padre Pio. "Both of my legs are in bad shape." On a different occasion, Cleonice Morcaldi, one of his closest spiritual daughters, remarked, "Padre, you suffer so much because you had the imprudence of offering yourself for all humanity." Padre Pio responded, "Well, a fool was needed for this." Padre Pio loved to joke around with his fellow friars. One day after lunch, he said to Father Constantino, "You seem to be hearing better than usual. Did you have a device fitted?" Father Constantino replied that he was indeed wearing a hearing aid. Padre Pio then said, "Take it off, let me see it." Once he had it in his hand, he turned to the other friars and yelled, "Come on, boys, this is the right time to talk bad about Constantino. He can't hear us now." On one occasion, after Mass, a fellow priest asked Padre Pio, "What did you think of my homily?" Padre Pio replied, "Good, but if you kept on much longer, you would have been talking to yourself." Once, Father Bernardo, the superior of the convent, tried to impress Padre Pio with a letter he had received. "Pio, you need to respect me. They just made me a cardinal. The address says, His Eminence Father Bernardo." Padre Pio replied, "You have to respect me more. This one beats even yours." He then showed Father Bernardo an envelope addressed to Holy Father Pio de Petrelcina, which would of course imply that Padre Pio was the Pope. Speaking of mislabeling Padre Pio as the Holy Father, Father Modestino, a close friend of Padre Pio, once shared, "One day, Padre Pio was coming out of the sacristy when a woman approached him and asked, 'Where is the Holy Father?' Padre Pio replied, 'The Holy Father is in Rome.' He then continued walking without stopping." And finally, here's a story that Padre Pio loved to tell himself. Maybe some of you have heard it before. One day, our Lord was walking through paradise and noticed some unfamiliar faces. He asked Peter, "Who let these people in?" Peter replied, "Nothing to do with me, Lord." The Lord continued, "But you have the key." Peter responded, "There's nothing I can do, and there's nothing you can do either." The Lord then asked, "What do you mean?" Peter replied, "It's your mother. Every time I turn my back, she opens the gate and lets somebody in." And with that, we conclude today's stories. As this last story reminds us, we should never hesitate to turn to Our Lady, who is always ready to intercede for us. As Saint Bernard of Clairvaux said, "In dangers, in doubts, in difficulties, think of Mary, call upon Mary. Let not her name depart from your lips. Never suffer it to leave your heart. And that you may obtain the assistance of her prayer, neglect not to walk in her footsteps. With her for your guide, you shall never go astray. While invoking her, you shall never lose heart. So as long as she is in your mind, you are safe from deception. While she holds your hand, you cannot fail. Under her protection, you have nothing to fear. If she walks before you, you shall not grow weary. If she shows you favor, you shall reach the goal." Thank you so much for watching. Your support means the world to us. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it with your friends. This simple action helps our channel grow and reach more people who love Padre Pio as much as you do. We have more inspiring Padre Pio stories and reflections waiting for you. Check out the specially recommended videos on the end screen or click in the links in the description below for a full selection of great content, including our Padre Pio Thoughts for the Day playlist. And don't forget, you can also enroll your Mass intentions for next Friday's Padre Pio Holy Mass. The link is in the description below. Thank you for being a part of our community, and stay tuned for the next video on the life of Padre Pio.